welcome back to the channel. Thank you once again for tuning in. Today I was going to go over a little something small today. As some of you may know, my 97 Cobra here, like I described in the other video, had engine issues. Unfortunately, I don't have any other clips because my other GoPro, I don't know if I lost it, disappeared or whatnot, but you heard the engine in the other video. Now I'm going to show you what I found when I got the motor back from Philip. Basically, it ain't good. Let's get started. And here we go, guys. As you can see right here, there is part of the factory engine components right there. The intake, starter, oil cooler, oil filter housing, alternator, the 4-valve specific stuff right there. There's the oil pan. We're not going to look at that just yet. I got some better pictures for you. We're going to go over that here in a second. But here's most of the other components right here. The B-heads, timing cover, valve covers, oil pump pickup, oil pump head gaskets, and some other miscellaneous parts. We're going to go over that stuff back there later as in a future video. But basically, what I found was this engine was done somewhat right. It was not done 100% because, of course, it had catastrophic failure. But I did find some components inside that say, or basically would tell me that at one time, one of the previous owners of this car was trying to take care of it and or was trying to do something with it. Let's go deeper into that. Like I said, B-head, some people love them, some people hate them. I know they react very well and they love boost. They love, no matter what kind of boost, they love it. Those big old intake ports, I mean, you can't beat them. Like I said, you'll have to excuse me right now. Like I said, garage is a mess. But, like I said, going through some of the other stuff here, some of the stuff's been done right. Whenever I actually tore the engine down, you can see most of the cams, everything is actually still in good condition. I could probably honestly take these heads to a machine shop, have them cleaned, decked, and just double checked over, and they're probably good to go. The pistons and rods. This is where it gets interesting. Stock pistons, stock rods. But would you look right there? Some ARP 2000 rod bolts. Which I was told the engine had been gone through in this car. I didn't know exactly what had been gone through, but I knew it had been gone through from the guy I bought it from. There's evidence it's been gone through right there. So let's dig a little deeper. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Like so you see the underdrive, some MLS head gaskets. This is where I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. This is where it starts getting kind of sad. Yep, you see it. And the bad thing is, that's been cleaned out. Not all the way, but it has been cleaned out. It was bad. It was bad. In fact, let me show you. Here's some pictures of when Philip tore the engine down itself. This first one, you see the timing guide was in, or a piece of this timing guide was in the oil pan. Then you see here, look how bad the oil pan was when we dropped it. I knew something was wrong when I drained the oil and I could take a magnet to the oil and you can see the oil was moving around. That oil pan right there, it tells you how bad it's about to be. This next picture right here, you see right there, that's how much material was pulled out of that pickup. It was pretty bad. You see right here, the Texas block. Back in the day, this is what everybody wanted when you wanted to build a mod motor before they came out with just as strong, if not stronger, WAP blocks in 05 and up Mustang GTs. Or mainly you want to build 2-valve back in the day or 4-valve, this is the block you wanted. But let's do a little investigation here. It is what it is. This is what I pulled. This is what I noticed. First thing I noticed. I mean, guys, who the hell does this when you're going through an engine? That's number one. Number two, whenever I bought this car, I could not find a dipstick anywhere. Like, at all. I could not find a dipstick. You see that little piece right there? There's dipstick. What's left of it anyway. It was broke off in the engine. And then to add insult to injury, I don't know if I have it or not. Yes, I do, right there. Then to add insult to injury, they had put a bolt in it, or actually a screw, broken off, JB welded over the dipstick hole. Guys, really? That was that. Looking at the bores, you can still see there still is crosshatch. Hang on, let me get you a light. Excuse the extremely bright light, but you see it right there. There is still crosshatch in the block, but it is stock bore. This thing has not been bored over. It is still stock pistons, stock rods, but now is when the interesting part happens. Guys, you can even, I don't even have to have a light so you can see this, but I mean, look at this. I mean, here, you might be able to hear my finger on this, I don't know. It's bad. Like I said, both of these spun. Both of these, look, a pair spun. I mean, heck, this one definitely spun right there. That one's a possibility, and definitely you can tell right there. That one spun. That one, I don't know. But yeah, guaranteed, whenever I pulled them out, 5 rods, 5 bearings were spun in the rods when I pulled the rods and pistons out of it. For sure, I'm going to take the crank out and go have it checked and see if it can be turned and keep it around 1010. If it can be turned 1010, I will run it. If it can't, I'm going to try and find another factory 96, 98 crank. More than likely, I'm anticipating the crank's going to be changed. So over probably the spring and summer, I'm ready to send this block out, have it just gone through, decked, line honed, probably bored over a little bit. I don't know, probably either 20 or 30 over. I'm not for sure. It just depends how much it has to be really cleaned up. But like I said, that's the machine shop make the call. Then I'll order pistons per the machine shop's recommendations. I'm going to show you the bearings right now. You saw the bag of bearings on top of the engine earlier. Well, I pulled a few samples out for you. There's one rod bearing. You can just see the damage to it. You can tell it's spun. That's one of them. This is what the few of the bad ones look like. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. But remember how I said that I was told that this engine had not been gone into very long ago? There's your telltale sign. Look at that date. 1 of 18. It tells you right there, this engine was not gone into more than a couple of years ago, or within the past, say, 2 years. And then, same thing again. There's main bearing. But the main bearing I find funny because I don't know if you can see that or not. There you go. That's a factory main bearing. So I don't know. And I mean, yeah, right there you can see. You can barely see it. 9 of 96. That is a factory main bearing. So whenever they literally gone and went into this engine, that tells you right there the only thing they done was done rod bearings and the rod bolts, besides doing the timing stuff. And this is what I was going to show you guys earlier. From those pictures you saw, I mean, here, brand new chains were in the engine, but because the other guides were damaged, see right there, that's the original, probably the original guides that came out of the engine. I don't know how long that other timing set that was in the engine was ran. I'd anticipate probably long enough, but not so long where the whatever shop or whatever person didn't throw the old stuff away. But like I said, plans like I said for this crank built, and unfortunately it's probably going to sit in the corner of the garage for now, or the shop, wherever I end up moving to. It's probably going to end up sitting for a while. It's not going back in the Cobra. The Cobra's going to stay with the Coyote swap. I just wanted to touch on this video with you on this engine and what I found in it whenever I got it back, whenever I actually really tore into it, because whenever Phil Roy had it, he literally only pulled off the pan, and it's all he saw and stopped. So anyway, guys, if you liked the video, please hit the like button. Please click subscribe. Everybody have a good evening. Take care. Stay safe. We'll see you later.